This video is brought to you by CatBeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
On this episode of Off the Script, number 176, part number 2, for your Saturday, July 1st, 2017! I got news on potential opponents for John Cena and Kevin Owens leading into Battleground in July. Who are they? We're going to talk about it right here on Off the Script. Also, the Mae Young Classic, believe it or not, has already started on WWE's YouTube page. Also, new competitors now officially announced for the Mae Young Classic this July. Also, I have major news on Brock Lesnar himself wanting to extend the feud with Samoa Joe past Great Balls of Fire. Also, former WWE writer says that Shinsuke Nakamura might win the Money in the Bank briefcase from Baron Corbin because Vince McMahon may be souring on the Lone Wolf. Also, WWE Tag Team on SmackDown Live potentially asking for their release. Who are they, and why are they asking to walk away from the WWE? And finally, WWE high on Carmella after huge moment on SmackDown Live. What are the plans for the Princess of Long Island? All this, plus so much more, right here on the number one fucking podcast, right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Ladies and gentlemen, I have absolutely groundbreaking news. News that will rock the foundations of this channel. News so big, it's gonna blow you away, bro. I can't even contain myself, man. I got fucking goosebumps right now. Goosebumps. This news is so big, I can't even fucking contain myself anymore. Listen to this. What a way to start this show off, man. Holy fuck. I was benched. The master of benching was benched himself. I was benched. I was benched by the one and only Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil benched JD on Twitter Friday. Why? I don't know. But apparently there is a video circulating by our good buddy Viralin, who did the acclaimed Kevin Dunn impression compilation. Apparently he did one for Titus O'Neil catering jokes, which I didn't even know of until yesterday. Somebody tweeted him this video, and then I tweeted him, because yesterday on Twitter, this fucking goon, Titus O'Neil, right? You guys think I'm joking around when I mentioned Titus Catering, right? This fucking goon was on Twitter sauteing lobster. He was cutting up lobster. He was like fucking, I don't know what he was doing. You know? You go to those Chinese joints and they're fucking cooking right in front of you. You remember Chris Farley in in Beverly Hills Ninja where he dresses up as the fucking ninja. Oh, and he's fucking cutting up shit, right? And he's fucking burning himself, and he's fucking flipping pots and pans and shit all over the place. He flips a fucking piece of shrimp into a girl's cleavage, and he starts, ooh, you know, fucking sniffing it because it was in her cleavage. Titus O'Neil was fucking sauteing lobster, and I tweet him. I'm like, you guys think I'm joking around with the Titus Catering jokes? He benched me. Fucking guy benched me on Twitter. So now you know what this means, right? You know what this means. I'm going to have to go on Yelp, and I'm going to have to leave negative ratings for Titus Catering, Titus Worldwide. You know? Fuck your key lime pie. Fuck your homemade bread. Fuck your organic bananas that you delivered to Austin Aries from Colombia, imported from Colombia, bro. Fuck this shit. Okay? Fuck your tiramisu and your cheesecake and all this other shit that you got going on. Why? Why did Titus Catering block me on Twitter, man? So now you know what this means. I got to make a t-shirt. I got to make a t-shirt. I got to put Titus, and I got to put 2 executive chefs of my choosing on the shirt. It could be Kurt Hawkins. It could be Apollo Crews. You know, I might take a poll. I got to make a Titus Catering t-shirt now. And I have to take a vote on who should be on the shirt. Current roster. Who are the MVPs of catering right now? It could have been Bo Dallas. It could have been Curtis Axel. But these guys have found their way on television. They graduated from catering. And now they're on the main show with The Miz. With the label of Miztourage now. So I got to figure out what's going on here. But Titus O'Neil, Titus Worldwide, Titus Catering has benched JD. I don't know how I'm going to live. I don't know how I'm going to go about my day. But, you know, that makes 2. JBL and now Titus O'Neil has benched off the script. I don't know whether I should feel proud or if I should feel pathetic for them. These guys can't take jokes, you know? I mean, I'm not a stranger to benching people, but I mean, Jesus Christ, I didn't even say anything, man. I was complimenting his culinary abilities, man. Come on, bro. We could have traded recipes. You know, you could have told me how you make that fucking wonderful key lime pie that Simon Gotch so dearly loved before he, you know, made his way out of WWE. You know, you could tell me that recipe for the grilled chicken and the sweet potatoes that Kurt Hawkins loves so very much. You know, how you season your fucking steaks. You know, how you get that fucking burger so juicy. Come on, bro. We could have traded recipes. We could have watched Bobby Flay cook off together, whatever. You know, now I'm heartbroken over here. Titus O'Neil benching JD off the script, man. What a disgrace. What a horrible weekend, man. That's the saddest news all weekend. Anyway, enough joking around, man. This is Off the Script, episode 176, part number 2 for your Saturday, July 1st, 2017. If you guys want to catch me live and in action tonight, I will be at the Elks Lodge in Queensboro, New York. We have House of Glory tonight. 3 big championship matches. Actually, no, there's 2 championship matches because it's champion versus champion in the main event. So we got 2 championship matches, and we got a huge battle royal. We got Lio Rush, the Crown Jewel champion, versus Anthony Gangone, the longest reigning House of Glory champion of all time, going one-on-one, title for title. Someone's walking out with 2 titles. It's going to be a big fucking night, man. It's going to be a big fucking night. We also have a Break the Glass Ceiling Battle Royal. That's coming up tonight at House of Glory at the Elks Lodge. The winner of that Battle Royal will receive a title shot of his choosing whenever he wants. And then we got the vacated tag team championships on the line in a triple threat match. The titles are vacated by LAX, Santana, and Ortiz of now Global Force Wrestling, being that Jeff Jarrett so inconspicuously just slid the Global Force Wrestling theme into all of Impact Wrestling. Now, they're not Impact Wrestling anymore. It's all Global Force Wrestling. Completely bought out by Global Force Wrestling. Anthem is changing the name, but the show is going to remain Impact Wrestling. There you go. I didn't know that Impact and the Universal Studios Arena there, wherever the fuck they emanate from, I didn't know that entire operation can become more irrelevant than it already was. So now they're known as Global Force Wrestling. Who cares? It's like me going to the fucking gas station up the street and buying a pack of fucking Winterfresh gum. You know? Who cares? Nobody gives a shit. So that's that news. I'm not going to talk about it because, quite frankly, it's not even a fucking 0.00 on the Richter scale. Nobody gives a shit. But that is that. Big night tonight. If you guys want to come out, Jake the Snake Roberts is going to be there. $20 for an autograph, $30 for a combo It's going to be combo, picture, and the autograph if you guys want to meet the legend himself, Jake the Snake Roberts. And then, obviously, I will be there doing commentary with Matthew Ryan Shapiro. If you guys want to come up, say hello, call me a goon, buy me a Guinness, which is preferably the way to go. If you guys want to do that, I'll be there with Mr. Matthew Ryan Shapiro doing my thing. So come up and say hello. House of Glory tonight at the Queensboro Elks Lodge. And the event is called Never Trust a Snake. It's going to be a big night. It's going to be our last show before the biggest show that House of Glory puts on all year. High Intensity featuring Bret the Hitman Hart SummerSlam weekend. So make sure you guys come out and show some support for local indie wrestling. We do have a Wrestle Crate unboxing here. Wrestle Crate USA. We are going to do what we got to do with the Wrestle Crate unboxing in just a little bit. I just got this delivered today, so I was excited about that. Rather small, but hopefully there is a lot packed in this small package. We'll be unboxing that in just a little bit. Thank you guys so much for the continued love and support. If you missed part 1 of Off the Script, it is live on the channel right now. We discussed Baron Corbin and Brock Lesnar going one-on-one at a upcoming WWE house show. People are starting rumors about Baron Corbin cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase against Brock Lesnar. People are making the fucking rumors up that the brand split is coming to an end. That news is going to lead to the demise of the brand split. John Cena being a free agent is going to lead to the demise of the brand split. None of this is true. It's all nothing but fucking rumors starting by a bunch of goons on social media. But if you guys want to hear my thoughts on Baron Corbin and Brock Lesnar, amongst other things that we talk about, very funny episode, very informative episode yesterday of Off the Script. It is live on the channel right now. It will be in the annotation that you guys see on the video screen right now in the top right corner. Also, if you guys want to go check out my Monday Night Raw review, SmackDown Live review, NXT review, if you guys want to go check out 2 WWE 2K17 gameplays where I started a new series called Dream Matches. Very interactive. You guys are choosing the matches that you get to see on this series. So far, we got AJ Styles versus Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat, and we got Kenny Omega versus Shawn Michaels, who will be in episode number 3 next week. So that's all on the channel right now. Make sure you guys go and check that out if you have not indeed done so already. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Close to 20,000 followers on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell for the notification. And make sure you guys turn on all notifications, please. It's very important. Click the bell. Hit all notifications, whether you guys want push alerts, email, or both. I don't know if any of that shit works, but please make sure you guys are taking the proper routes to make sure you guys have all my content delivered to you in a timely manner. It's very, very important. If you guys want to support the show, great ways to do that, man. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. The best perk by becoming a Patreon is early access to Off the Script. Yesterday's video was uploaded 18 hours early for everybody who is a patron, man. So if you guys want your Off the Script early, boom, you got it. You got it. It's patreon.com/JD from NY206. As little as $1 a month goes a long way in supporting this show. If you guys want to pledge $3 or more, you're going to get Off the Script Retro. Episode number 3 is coming this weekend, bro, where we talk about the 1992 SummerSlam from Wembley Stadium. So make sure you guys are checking that shit out if you are pledging $3 or more. Also, exclusive rights to my Discord chat where we talk about all WWE. You know, great family-friendly environment in there. We all respect each other. We talk about the hottest topics in wrestling. We go over all the topics that we discuss on Off the Script. Great way to support the show, man. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Audible, great fucking sponsors of the show. They're offering all new listeners of the show 30 days free to try their service out with 1 free audiobook of your choice. All you have to do is use our link, audibletrial.com/offthescript. You're going to go through the sign-up process. You're going to fill out the appropriate information, and you are going to be on your way to navigating Audible for 30 days free, the entire site, and you're going to get 1 free audiobook of your choice. Compatible with iPhones and Android devices. Ton of wrestling-related content on there. Over 180,000 choices to choose from if you don't want anything wrestling-related. And get this, being that we are a wrestling podcast, and you guys enjoy wrestling, obviously, that's why you're here. Justin Roberts' new book just came out, and it's unbelievable, man, from what I'm hearing. You know, you guys want to hear all the juicy backstage bullshit that he went through with Kevin Dunn? Oh, Kevin Dunn. That's me. I got nice teeth. And that's why we fired Justin Roberts, because he didn't have nice teeth. He didn't have nice teeth, man. He didn't like wood. And, you know, he was a fan of those chicken sandwiches from Samoa Joe. You know, they're fattening and they stain my teeth. No, we can't have that, man. You know? So all the juicy gossip, if you guys want to hear about Kevin Dunn and his fucking love for wood and Vince McMahon and his bullshit behind the scenes, Audible is the way to go. Go get Justin Roberts' new book today. audibletrial.com/offthescript and barbershopwindow.com/offthescript for your off the script merchandise. Get off my TV line on there. Very popular. The JD is Negan shirt, very popular. The Get Off My TV hit list, very, very popular. barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. And you guys can look good this summer as we head into SummerSlam. Speaking of shirts, man, one of my subs, Mason, came to me, and I was talking to him yesterday. He had some really, really cool ideas for shirts that are video game related that he's trying to kind of incorporate with the Off the Script world, man, and the Off the Script logo. So I'm very, very excited to see what he comes up with, and it could be some of the best looking t-shirts. From what he described to me, if he's going to do a great job, and I've seen some of his work, and it's very, very good. If he can really bring these shirts to life, these might be some of the best looking new shirts that we could be having on Barbershop Window, man. I can't wait to see what he comes up with, and I still got to reach out to my other buddy who's who had that Charlotte design, that Charlotte robot design. I am the women's champion of SmackDown Live, Shane McMahon. I am the queen. Charlotte's a robot, right? Underneath all that exterior is a fucking robot. No question. No question. And this is why I get benched on Twitter. Surprised I'm not benched by half the fucking roster. Anyway, thank you guys for all that. Also, I am working on a new sponsorship. I haven't gotten any email back from them, but Dollar Shave Club, I'm waiting to hear back. That would be a great sponsorship. And I want to thank, again, capbeast.com. Save 10% off any custom-made logos on your hats. Any type of hat you want, they got it, man. capbeast.com, supporting the whole podcast all summer. And you guys can use the coupon code JD10 at checkout for 10% off. Now, let's get on with this unboxing, man. I'm very, very curious to find out what is in this month's Wrestle Crate. And this is a newly rebranded Wrestle Crate. And I want you guys to go check them out, man. They are on Twitter at WrestleCrate USA is their new Twitter handle. They are located in Los Angeles. They have new ownership, and I was talking to a few of the guys over there via DM on Twitter. Their customer service has been taken to the next level, man. And if it's one thing about, these subscription services, a lot of people have questions about shipping and where's my crate, where's my tracking number, blah, 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 all this other shit. Very stressful environment, I can imagine. These guys got customer service nailed down, man. So if you guys want a crate that's got top-notch customer service, much better than what we were getting earlier on with the former owners. Everything's looking good, man. They got a new label, they got a new look, and they got a new box. I think this is the new box. Very simple, but it does the job. It gets across. Wrestle Crate. And I hear something in there. I hear something cool in there. So we're going to open that up, man. If you guys want to go check them out, at WrestleCrate USA on Twitter. And if you guys are interested in this, I'm going to save you some money on this, man. 10% off your first subscription using the code JDSENDME at checkout. 10% off your first crate. And if you guys are interested in this and you want to sign up, tell them that JD from New York sent you. Hashtag off the script. All you got to do is go to WrestleCrate.com and follow the instructions on there. I want to thank these guys for supporting the podcast as always. Great fucking group of individuals. Let's see what's in this motherfucker, man. Let's see what's in it. I pre-cut it open so I don't have to fucking struggle. Let's see what's in here, man. Ooh. What's this? This is a cheat sheet. Don't want to do that. First things first, man. Look at this. Wrestle Crate exclusive. Another pin that's going up on the bulletin board whenever I get it. Let me put my camera on here. DDP. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. We got the diamond logo with an actual diamond in between. Look at that. Bang. That's what I did to your fucking mother last night. Bang. What do we got here, man? Ooh, there's a lot of goodies in here. Ah. What is this, man? Is this a Lucha Underground shirt? Pentagon Dark? Zero Miedos given? Look at that. That's fucking sweet, man. I'm gonna wear that on the show. That's fucking sweet. Nice. There's nothing on the back. It's just that. Pentagon Dark, bro. Pentagon Dark. He's going under a new name now. I don't know what it is, but he is in the Cueto Cup, and people are asking me, JD, where's your Lucha Underground review? You guys didn't want to see it. Only 3,000 views. I'm not going to waste my time with the way YouTube ad revenue is. Why am I wasting my time when nobody's going to watch the video? What is this? Scott Hall Razor Ramon socks. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, man. Scott Hall Razor Ramon socks. What am I going to do with these? Maybe I'll wear them to House of Glory tomorrow. I don't know. That's pretty cool. Look at this. Look at this on the back. Razor Ramon. There he is. It's pretty cool, man. Nice design. Nice fucking design, man. It's pretty sweet. That's that. Another, oh, look at this. Pentagon Zero. Or Penta Zero M is his new name. There you go. Another pin, man. Look at that. Zero Miedos given. It's pretty cool, man. That's a nice fucking looking pin, too. Jesus. What do we got here? The fuck is this, man? A keychain. Now I get to have Joey Ryan on my keychain. Right? He lost to Taya this past week on Lucha Underground in the Cueto Cup. Joey Ryan keychain. There you go. Joey Ryan, man. Him and his fucking oil. Pouring the oil on himself. What is this? Drink it in, man. We got a plastic cup. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to use that for. Maybe I'll pour myself some Jack Apple and some peach seltzer in a little bit and drink it out of this motherfucker. Maybe. I don't know. Drink it in, man. Look at that. Chris Jericho plastic cuppy. What do we have here, man? A sticker. Wrestling is forever. Yes, it is. That's why we're fucking here. Wrestling is forever. Reflections with Kurt Angle. The fine line of greatness. Look at this. RF video. There you go. If you guys are interested in Kurt Angle, there you go. DVD for you. Now, who do we got here? Who's the autograph? Who is the autograph? Matt Cross. Matt Cross autographed today, this month in the Wrestle Crate, June crate rather. Wrestling is forever, man. That's that. Wrestle Crate USA on Twitter and WrestleCrate.com. If you guys enjoyed any of that, there you go. We got the Penta L0M exclusive t-shirt, the Odd Socks Razor Ramon socks, Matt Cross Wrestling is Forever autograph print, Kurt Angle Reflections interview DVD, Wrestling is Forever sticker, Joey Ryan Big in Japan keychain. Yeah, I'm big, not only in Japan but worldwide, motherfucker. Diamond cutter pin from 123 Pins, and drink it in, man. Cup. These guys are not. These items are not in Wrestle Crate Light. That was June 2017. There you go. And if you guys want, you guys can go visit them on social media. Wrestle Crate USA everywhere on Twitter, Facebook. You got YouTube and you got Instagram. All the same branding across all of social media, man. That is that. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to go subscribe to them and get one of your own, use the coupon code JDSentme at checkout for 10% off. That is that, guys. We're going to hit the news. I got a lot to go over. Thank you guys so much. But before I do that, let's hear some Matt Hardy and have a dash of his broken brilliance spread across this episode of Off the Script. And I'll see you guys in just a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Broken Matt Hardy. This is JD from New York. Actually, delete to JD from New York. I have Cletus Vessel. Make sure to check out his wonderfous show, Off the Script. It's absolutely delightful.
We're going to start off with this story, guys. The Mae Young Classic is coming to the WWE Network. As you guys know, filming begins July 13 and 14 down at Full Sail University. Now, if you guys were not aware, as of Friday morning, WWE released on their YouTube channel a qualifying match between Aaliyah of NXT and someone by the name of Bianca Belair. Now, I'm not talking about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Bianca Belair. And it was actually a very decent match, man. And you guys get a taste of what the Mae Young Classic tournament is going to be about. I highly recommend you guys go out and watch it. Bianca Belair looked very impressive as she qualified into the Mae Young Classic. Now, 2 weeks, filming begins. More names are being released each and every day for the tournament. On Friday, there were 4 more names announced, all international stars for the tournament, and they were given new WWE names. The company is really looking at making this a global event, and they're certainly drawing the attention from around the world by doing so. On a couple of different occasions now, WWE has revealed the names of competitors who will be in the tournament already. Names such as Tessa Blanchard, Abby Laith, and others who have been entered in the tournament, which is going to be taking place, like I said, on July 13 and 14 at Full Sail University. Airing the matches for a couple of months, then the live finals will take place on September 12 on the WWE Network. It's going to be a single elimination tournament, which you all know is a great way for WWE to scout new talent that could end up on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Now, according to Cage Side Seats, 4 more names were announced on Friday, and they are huge additions to the Mae Young Classic. Kairi Sane, also known as Kairi Hojo. She has received her new WWE name, and she will be known as Kairi Sane. Many fans know her as the Pirate Princess. 5 years in wrestling under her belt in the Japanese organization Stardom, and Kairi is going to bring in a lot of fans with her. I also heard, don't quote me on this, that WWE mentioned her devastating elbow drop. There was talks about WWE not allowing her to use the elbow drop because Bayley was using it. But who the fuck gives a shit about Bayley? Looks like WWE is going to allow Kairi Sane to use her patented elbow, which, according to some, is the prettiest elbow off the top rope in the business. So that's very exciting there. Piper Niven, a.k.a. Viper. She's going by the name of Viper now for the Mae Young Classic. Piper Niven is a superstar from Scotland who wrestled in Insane Championship Wrestling, Shimmer and Shine. As reported by Ryan Satin of Pro Wrestling Sheet, she has received a new name and she will be known as Piper Niven. I'm sorry, Viper, a.k.a. Piper Niven. Piper Niven is now her WWE given name. Dakota Kai, a.k.a. Evie, formerly known as Evie, the young New Zealand superstar will now be known as Dakota Kai for the Mae Young Classic. She has wrestled and held titles in her home country, Japan, Australia, and the United States. And like I said, Bianca Belair won a qualifying match that was filmed with the last set of NXT tapings against Aaliyah, former college track and field standout and CrossFit competitor. She is adding a lot of power to the competition in July. As of this writing, here are all the women announced for the Mae Young Classic. Kairi Sane, Dakota Kai, a.k.a. Evie, Bianca Belair, Piper Niven, a.k.a. Viper, Vanessa Bourne, Abby Laith, a.k.a. Kimber Lee, Lacey Evans. We have Princessa Sughit, a.k.a. Sujay, Toni Storm, Sarah Logan, a.k.a. Crazy Mary Dobson, Jazzy Gabbert, Tainara Conti, Kavita Devi, and Tessa Blanchard. After seeing the success of the Cruiserweight Classic and the United Kingdom Championship Tournament, it only makes sense for WWE to continue with the women. The female superstars of the world are now getting their shot in the Mae Young Classic, which very well could end up being an annual occurrence. The 4 new international names announced on Friday add to the star power, but there are many more to come. You know, I was hoping the Cruiserweight Classic was going to be an annual thing as well, being that it was one of the best pieces of television that WWE has ever produced. And the United Kingdom Championship Tournament, which we've seen this year in January, I'm hoping that becomes a yearly event as well. But this Mae Young Classic, man, looking very good. And like I said, if you guys want to go get a glimpse of what is going to be the Mae Young Classic, Bianca Belair on WWE's YouTube channel defeated Aaliyah. If you guys want to go get a first glance at what is going to be one of the competitors in the Mae Young Classic, go over there right now and check that out. It's about a 9-minute affair, and it's a very good teaser for what we are going to see in July with the Mae Young Classic. Moving on, guys, I got news here on John Cena and Kevin Owens, next challenger for the United States Championship. John Cena, his new opponent for his return to SmackDown Live. We'll start with John Cena. It's rumored last month that John Cena could be feuding with WWE Champion Jinder Mahal upon his return to SmackDown Live on July 4th. I'm still banking on that being the title match for SummerSlam. We'll see on Tuesday. This made sense considering the dynamics of their characters. Jinder Mahal being the anti-American, who he believes all Americans are putting him down because of his background and his look and where he's come from. John Cena obviously plays into that dynamic. Being Mr. America, Mr. Patriotic, Cena plays that American patriot role, and Jinder is using the anti-American gimmick. WWE has chosen to continue the feud between Jinder and Randy Orton going into Battleground. They will face off in a Punjabi prison match for the WWE Championship at Battleground. Again, not something that I'm really keen on seeing, but there are positives to the Punjabi prison match, being that it's, something that we haven't seen in 10 years. It gives us a new aesthetic to look at as far as this feud between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. We don't have to be a fan of it, but it certainly adds a different taste to what we are used to seeing with SmackDown Live. It's something new, and it's definitely going to gravitate people because it is an intimidating structure. It is definitely eye-appealing, but based off the last two Punjabi prison matches, I'm not really going to give this one much value until we see what happens. Now, Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton, they could give us a great match. That remains to be seen. But this is just a way for them to get yet another match out of it. And it's a cop-out because we wouldn't really be seeing this type of match if it wasn't for Jinder Mahal and his background. Being that he is of Punjab descent, that's why we're getting the Punjabi prison match. And that's the only reason. Otherwise, we wouldn't be seeing this type of match. So this is just WWE trying to squeeze out another month of feud here because they have nothing else going on, and they figured, you know what, this is the best thing that we can come up with right now. It's different. It's definitely going to be eye-catching, and we'll just use this as part of Jinder Mahal's background. And that's the only reason why we're seeing it. And that's going to be taking place at Battleground in just a couple of weeks. But John Cena, if it's not Jinder Mahal, who is it going to be? Now, according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer Radio, he speculated that Cena could be feuding with Rusev upon his return. Rusev is ready to return, but WWE Creative has had nothing for him for the past couple of weeks. Take this with a grain of salt because it is only speculation. This would make sense, though when you look at the landscape of SmackDown Live, Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton are already paired off. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin looks to be a match going into Battleground. Sami Zayn versus Mike Kanellis, being that Sami Zayn interrupted the last outing that Maria and Mike Kanellis had on SmackDown Live. Kevin Owens and AJ Styles was teased in a backstage segment on SmackDown with Daniel Bryan before he made an announcement for the Independence Battle Royal taking place on Tuesday. That doesn't leave many options for John Cena unless he joins one of those feuds. An easy decision would be to put Cena versus Rusev at Battleground. I'm not really keen on that whatsoever. I mean, that's just merely WWE having nothing for either man to do. It's like everybody else is kind of being placed in a feud, and WWE looks at their roster and looks at who isn't in a feud right now, and we'll just pair them together, even though if it doesn't make any sense or not. What does John Cena have to do with Rusev? We haven't seen Rusev on television for the last 4 months. We don't know where he stands. We don't know what his reason is to come back. We haven't seen him on television. He hasn't really developed his character back on television since his injury. What does he have to do with John Cena? What does John Cena have to do with Rusev? It's something that we've seen already. I don't want to see something that we've seen already. I would rather WWE plant the seeds for John Cena and Jinder Mahal. I really would like to see that. Because I'm not a big fan of Jinder Mahal. I would like the title to be taken off Jinder Mahal, to be brutally honest with you. I think John Cena winning the title from Jinder Mahal and having Baron Corbin cash in on John Cena is the best way to elevate Baron Corbin to the WWE Championship. That's just my opinion. Rusev and John Cena, again, I'm not keen on it. I think there are better opportunities for Rusev on SmackDown Live. Instead of WWE, and this is what bothers me. It's these fucking B-level pay-per-views that get in the way. Now, instead of WWE focusing all their energy on SummerSlam, which they should be doing, and setting themselves up long-term for SummerSlam, they now have to book for the next 2-3 weeks to get to Battleground. And then coming out of Battleground, we're probably going to see the same shit that we've seen at Battleground at SummerSlam, instead of getting new feuds for SummerSlam. Because what I see right now from SmackDown, I'm not really keen on any of these feuds going into Battleground and then possibly going into SummerSlam. Baron Corbin and Shinsuke Nakamura, not really a fan of that. Sami Zayn versus Mike Kanellis, not really a fan of that. Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, there is much better to do with Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, okay? AJ Styles and Kevin Owens should have had their rematch at Money in the Bank. Neither man should have been in that Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't care what anybody says. Based on the ending of that match that they had at Backlash, AJ Styles should have got a rematch at Money in the Bank. And you should have included a Luke Harper and a Ty Dillinger and a Mojo Rawley at the time in the Money in the Bank briefcase match. New blood, people who have never been in that match before, high on adrenaline, they would have probably given us a better match than what we got at Money in the Bank. And you include Sami Zayn, you include Baron Corbin, right? That would have been a much better match. Rusev could have come back. He was cleared to go. You could have put him in there. It would have fit with the storyline. Shane McMahon could have been like, listen, I can't put you in a world title feud. I can't give you a world title match, but I can give you an opportunity to win one. There you go. There's your 6 for Money in the Bank. AJ Styles should have fought Kevin Owens there, right? Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal should have been it at Money in the Bank. That should have been it. Randy Orton already lost twice to Jinder Mahal. Now he's going to go into a Punjabi prison match and expect to beat Jinder Mahal? Guarantee you we see some bullshit in that match which causes Randy Orton to once again lose. 3 times in a row he loses to Jinder Mahal. Twice wasn't enough? WWE should be focusing their energy on booking towards SummerSlam, because the long-term plans will have a better payoff if given the proper time to marinate. That's the way I see it. WWE should be booking for SummerSlam and not Battleground. This is why too many pay-per-views is a negative against WWE. You know, WWE should be booking John Cena versus Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal right now should be done with Randy Orton. He should be coming out, as the closer we get to 4th of July, putting down the American people. Because that's his thing. And then obviously come July 4, you build towards John Cena and Jinder Mahal. And then you just take it from there and you progress the storyline however you want to progress it from there. Kevin Owens and AJ Styles should have already been a thing, you know? It should have been done and over with. AJ should have got his 2nd match already. But WWE didn't go that route at all. Kevin Owens should be on his way to a new opponent. Randy Orton, to get back into the WWE title picture, he should be going against the top tier talent on SmackDown now, on SmackDown Live now, to get back into that league. He should be going against AJ Styles. AJ Styles and Randy Orton should be a thing right now. Kevin Owens should be looking at a Ty Dillinger or Luke Harper for a U.S. title feud. Sami Zayn, start building Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura up for SummerSlam. You got the Usos and New Day, right? I don't understand why WWE is just all over the place and they're giving us, you know, mediocre feuds when we should be getting the right feuds at the right event for SummerSlam. I don't get it. Rusev and John Cena is not going to do anything at all. So you mean to tell me you're going to put Rusev in a returning feud with John Cena? Are you going to put Rusev over? Or are you going to build John Cena up so that his next opponent is Jinder Mahal? How is this going to be for Rusev? I don't get it. Rusev should be in the United States Championship title picture. Easy. You can make a triple threat out of it. You don't even need to be a babyface like what was reported. Kevin Owens, Rusev, and Ty Dillinger. Include Luke Harper in that. Make it a fatal 4-way at SummerSlam. Give these guys an opportunity. You know? You got a decent fucking mid-card right there. Start developing some competition between these guys. Instead of just keeping them away from television. John Cena and Rusev is not going to work for me. It's not going to work. There's nothing there. They got history, but the history is pointless. It's all about Rusev coming back. Why is he back? What is John Cena back for? John Cena's back because he's tired of Jinder Mahal disrespecting the American people. Why do you think he's coming back on July 4th? Rusev is not back for any particular reason. He's not back for any John Cena particular reason. Rusev wants a world title match. So he should have been booked to be given an opportunity to get a world title match and Money in the Bank. Now you're just placing him in a feud that means nothing. That could probably do long-term damage upon his return. Doesn't make sense to me. WWE should be building towards SummerSlam and not Battleground. Battleground shouldn't even be happening. That's just my opinion on that. Speaking of things that don't make sense on SmackDown Live, one time was enough. Second time, you pushed it too far. This is overkill. This is overkill. And this is a clear indication that WWE just randomly gives out title shots to people who are clearly undeserving of a title shot. You know, back in the day, when you got a title shot was earned. They were just not handed out like fucking candy. This is bullshit. Clearly, we all know Lana is not worthy of a title shot. Lana does not have the skill to be a world champion or women's champion, okay? And she's done absolutely nothing to deserve not even one opportunity, let alone three. 3 opportunities this woman's getting. A rematch announced again for SmackDown Live. On SmackDown Live this week, we saw Naomi defeat Lana in 1 minute to retain the SmackDown Women's title. This was the second straight time that Naomi defeated Lana, with the first one coming at Money in the Bank. Lana appealed Naomi's win on Tuesday. Now we're appealing wins. Now we're appealing wins. For what? Another excuse. For what? Saying that her shoulder was off the mat while she was getting pinned. And if you look on her Twitter, she showed you a still shot and circled it in blue that her shoulder was off the mat. And she tweeted, "I obviously did not get pinned. I want a fair title match. Clearly the ref and all of WWE are cheaters and favor Naomi over me. She wants a fair title match." Didn't the one at Money in the Bank end up being a fair title match? I don't get it. You got your fair title match and you lost. You did nothing to deserve that first match and you lost. What have you done since then to get another rematch? You lost in 1 minute. No matter how you were pinned, you lost in 1 minute. Again, I pose the question. What did Lana do to deserve a third women's championship match? It makes the fucking chase for a title irrelevant and unimportant. The best thing about watching wrestling is seeing a competitor or a wrestler rise through the ranks and earn their way to a title match. We just don't start handing out title matches just for the fuck of it. This is bullshit. She's clearly not worthy. Are you doing it over and over and over again in hopes that she wins the fucking title? Third time's the charm? I mean, I don't get it. Lana is not going to be WWE Women's Champion going into SummerSlam, so what is the point here? If she loses again, she's going to be fucking worthless. 3 straight losses to the Women's Champion. You think after that she's going to deserve another championship opportunity in the eyes of the people watching this shit? She already didn't deserve it. She loses 3 times in a row to Naomi. She's never going to deserve a championship match again. As far as I'm concerned, Lana shouldn't even be in the fucking ring. Lana should be with Rusev. If she wants to wrestle one off, fine. But don't make her a regular in the women's division. She's clearly not there. Whether you're a Lana fan or not. Whether you enjoy her accent or not. I don't care. She doesn't belong in a ring. Lana belongs with Rusev. The mystique of Lana is a managerial position for Rusev. That's the best role for Lana. Her outfits look ridiculous. She doesn't look like a wrestler. She's got that stigma just by looking at her that this is not a women's revolution. I don't see Lana competing with a Charlotte or a Becky or a Natty or a Naomi or even a Carmella at this point. Then you look at Monday Night Raw. Alexa, Sasha, Bayley, Nia. You look at the landscape of women on the main roster right now. You can even look at NXT. Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Asuka, Nikki Cross, Ember Moon. Where does Lana fit into any of that? Lana, she can't hang with any of those women. Why even bother? I'm not taking anything away from Lana, but this is fucking ridiculous. You're just trying and trying and trying. For what? For what? Now with the Mae Young Classic coming up, where's Lana going to fit in when more women come up to the roster? She's going to be absolutely irrelevant. No, but you want to give her another fucking title shot. If she doesn't win the title on Tuesday, then what's the fucking point? Unless she wins the title and WWE wants to shock us by her beating Naomi and then Carmella cashes in Money in the Bank. And then we get Naomi versus Carmella with Naomi, the babyface, chasing Carmella, the heel, going into SummerSlam. That's the only logical thing I could think of. Other than that, this doesn't even make sense. Daniel Bryan granted Lana a rematch for his upcoming SmackDown Live episode Tuesday on July 4th. Naomi will again defend the title against Lana. And there must be a definitive winner. Unless there's a cash in here, I don't see how this makes sense. Unless WWE, being that July 4th is one of those shows where nobody's going to be watching, the ratings are going to be low because everybody's going to be out fucking barbecuing and drinking. Maybe Lana pulls off the upset and we get a cash in by Carmella. That's the only thing I can think of. But this doesn't make sense to me. Title shots cannot be handed out to someone like that 3 weeks in a row. It devalues everything. Everything. You mean to tell me there's nobody else on the women's division that deserves a title shot more than Lana? SmackDown's got to get their head out of their ass because I don't know what the fuck they're doing right now. Speaking of not knowing what they're doing, Monday Night Raw seen one of the worst segments ever with LeVar, Lonzo, and LaMelo Ball. The Miz finally opens up about that horrific segment on Monday Night Raw. The Miz recently did a press event while in Singapore to promote some of WWE's live events in the country. During this, he was asked about the controversial Miz TV segment featuring LeVar, Lonzo, and LaMelo Ball. And I'd like to give a big fuck you to the people who deemed me racist for deeming these people degenerates. Yeah, like it's really classy to drop the N-word on live television, right? You approve of that behavior. Says a lot about your moral fiber. Great. Yeah, but I'm the racist, though, for not liking something that should never be on television. Fuck out of here. As many fans know, the segment had some controversy involving LaMelo Ball, who dropped N-words a few times on live TV. The Miz spoke about the segment in detail. This is what he had to say. People are still talking about it. It's all over our sports hubs in America, and people are just talking about it nonstop. They want interviews with me and everything. You know, when you have celebrities and everything come on our show, sometimes things get a little crazy because you never know what they're going to do, what they're going to say. You know, it's one of those situations where, you know, you have a script, but sometimes they don't follow that script. The Miz says that he knew who the Ball family were because he's a big basketball fan. He also feels like the WWE trusts him to put him in these kind of spots with celebrities. And I quote, because we have thousands of our fans who are diehards who just want to see us, WWE superstars. They don't want to see celebrities, but we also have to cater to everyone. You know what I mean? We want more people to love WWE and to love our products, so we bring outside celebrities in to help generate that because maybe they might not be diehard fans of LeVar Ball, but there might be a LeVar Ball fan out there who wants to see what he's going to do. And now with all the attention we generated, maybe next week we'll have more fans because of the people that were like, wow, you know what? I like that. I'm going to keep watching it now. So that's kind of what it's all about in my opinion. The Miz, listen. You know, you had Curtis Axel come out and say he didn't like it. A ton of people came out and said they didn't like it. The Miz, I'm not surprised by The Miz's answer here. The Miz has been an ambassador for WWE and has had a role in the WWE like this for years. Of course he's going to be a corporate shill and give you a political answer like that. It's the right answer, don't get me wrong, but Again, I'm going to go deeper than that, and things like this should not be on television. It should not be on Monday Night Raw. Celebrities and celebrity hosts and musicians and everybody else from Hollywood do not mix with WWE nowadays. The landscape of wrestling has changed. You know? Where WWE is all about Sports Center and publicity and getting the name out there and this and that, and the ratings are failing. This is a desperate attempt for WWE to try and remain relevant. Whereas their thing should be, let's make our show the best it could be without adding this type of embarrassing bullshit. But The Miz, you can't blame him for giving that type of answer. He gave you the political, corporate shill type answer. You know? He gave you the correct answer. I'm not going to fucking fight or argue anything he said. He said the right thing. That doesn't mean it needs to be on our television. Doesn't mean that these fucking degenerates need to be dropping racial slurs on live television, right? It's good enough that they got their fucking merchandise out there promoted. WWE went as far as to promote these fucking people who don't deserve a goddamn fucking spotlight at all. Got their merchandise line out there. Then they take it upon themselves to go off the fucking script and not only embarrass themselves, but then embarrass the fucking performers they're in the ring with, embarrass the people in the back, embarrass Vince McMahon. Selfish fucking people. Selfish fucking people. Now, I'm not keen on the things Vince McMahon has done. Because to me, right now, he's a fucking idiot. But to fucking embarrass him on his own show by dropping racial slurs? Yeah, some father LeVar Ball is allowing his son to say the N-word on television. Was he reprimanded? Huh? Did his father slap him upside the fucking head for embarrassing not only the WWE, but his family? You know, but people find this to be entertainment. Oh, he dropped the N-word on Monday Night Raw. People are laughing about it. Would you want your son to drop the N-word in front of you on live television, embarrassing you if you're a father? Doubt it. I know if that's my son, he would have got his ass fucking kicked when we got home. Ridiculous. Corporate shill answer by The Miz. I'm not surprised. What else do we got here, man? Let's see what else we got here. There really is no more news as far as minor stories like that. I got a story here on the Women's Championship. Possible plans for the WWE Raw Women's Championship revealed. Unexpected feud coming for several different women on Monday Night Raw. The rumor mill right now is in overdrive following a victory for Sasha Banks in the first ever women's gauntlet match. She became the #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship and now will face Alexa Bliss at Great Balls of Fire, which is something that has a lot of people intrigued. The match appeared to be designed to further showcase Nia Jax as an unstoppable force. And that was one of the best things about Monday Night Raw, if not the best thing about Monday Night Raw, outside of Joe and Lesnar. Nia Jax was built up as a dominant fucking beast. She lasted 30 minutes in that match. She ran through the entire roster until she got to Sasha Banks, and even she dominated Sasha Banks up until the end, but the Banks statement really wore her down after Nia Jax was pretty much fatigued at that point, and it was a great story that was told. Nia Jax looked the best she has looked since being brought up from NXT, and I hope to see her get better, because she has not been used in the right role. That was the one day that WWE decided, you know what, let me use Nia Jax in the right way. And they finally did something right with Nia Jax. Jax was completely in control as she easily disposed of Bayley, Mickie James, Emma, and Dana Brooke before she really just went one-on-one with Sasha and then fainted or tapped out to the Banks statement. However, the ending of the match surprised everyone. Sasha and Nia displayed some amazing in-ring skills for over 15 minutes before Sasha pulled off a modified Banks statement on Nia Jax. Jax spent nearly 33 minutes in the ring before tapping out and making Sasha Banks the #1 contender. Sasha Banks is a 3-time women's champion, and this could be her chance to become the champion for a 4th time. She lost her title to Charlotte at WWE Roadblock, or Cock Block, in December of 2016. Alexa Bliss, who holds the Raw Women's Championship, will defend the title against Sasha Banks on July 9 at Great Balls of Fire. However, WWE rumors suggest that she will not drop the title against Sasha Banks. WWE officials are impressed with the mic and in-ring skills of Alexa Bliss and may not want her to lose the championship just yet. Earlier, it was rumored that Sasha Banks would turn heel on Bayley when she held the title. Reports suggest that Bayley is going to have a decreased role on Monday Night Raw for the foreseeable future. Since neither of them hold the title, it may be difficult to start that feud. That is a shame. That would be a great way to build Bayley up on Monday Night Raw. I would have Sasha win the title, and you focus on Bayley getting back into the title picture, and Sasha turning on Bayley, which leads to a match at SummerSlam. Simple booking. WWE is not thinking about that right now. It is being speculated and considered, with the rise of Nia Jax in the past few months, that WWE could be planning to book Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship at SummerSlam. It appears that there have been a few indications toward such a plan. I am not a fan of that whatsoever. I am not a fan of that at all, because they're two heels. You have two heels in the women's division. It's not going to get the type of reaction that you want at all. You know? And what are you going to do with the other women? What type of role is Sasha Banks going to have at SummerSlam? You're not going to have a role for Sasha Banks at SummerSlam? You're not going to have a role for Bayley at SummerSlam? I don't get it. I don't understand this. Now, I've always been one to take the top program and feature that only at SummerSlam. You could do something else with the women, you know, maybe a tag team match on the pre-show, whatever. But don't hamper down and get lazy and book a fucking 3-way or a 4-way or a 5-way or a fucking battle royal just to include all the women because it's the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. Not everybody deserves to be on the biggest shows of the year. Not everybody deserves a spot on the show. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why we have pre-shows. Nobody watches the fucking pre-show. I'm too busy ordering a vodka and tonic at the fucking bar during the pre-show. I don't give a shit about the pre-show. I never review the pre-show when I talk about this shit on my channel. Who cares? You know? It's not leading to any storyline. It's just leftovers. You know? It's just fucking leftovers. It's like you're eating dinner and, you know, your mom is eating, your dad's eating, your brother's eating, and you're working a late shift, right? And you come home and fucking half of everything is gone. You're left with fucking scraps. You're left with nothing. Oh, there's leftovers from dinner. There you go. Just put it in the microwave. Dry as fuck, right? It's leftovers. That's all it is. Not everybody deserves to be on the show. But with Nia Jax, if she continues, I'm not saying she deserves to have a championship match after one showing. Finally, they featured her in a prominent role. If she continues and has a string of good weeks, that would make, you know, a case for her getting a title shot. But after 1 week, I'm not going to say, all right, Nia Jax deserves a title shot. No. And then you're looking at Alexa and Sasha. Why would you want that to be a one-off feud? I like the dynamic a lot better with a Sasha Banks and an Alexa Bliss than an Alexa Bliss and a Nia Jax. Unless you want to make it a 3-way. You know? But even that, it's lazy. How many 3-ways are we going to see? How many multi-person matches are we going to see in 2017? 2017 is the year of the multi-person match. Because WWE doesn't know what to do with everybody. They want to feature everybody and make things bigger. Meanwhile, the right thing to do is scale back a little bit and less is more. No, but they don't realize that. Everything is bigger and better, right? Bigger is better. No, it's not. It's just overcrowded. Overcrowded. Sasha and Alexa is a much better feud than Nia. But if Nia has a string of fucking nice weeks, she can make a case for getting a title shot. And at that point, I would rather have Sasha and Nia instead of Alexa and Nia. Just based on what we've seen here. I would definitely rather see that at SummerSlam. Because after what we've seen on Monday Night Raw, I would love to see Nia Jax get some revenge on Sasha Banks and maybe win the title at SummerSlam. But to me, that's WWE's plan right now. That's the least appealing plan. WWE really should be going with Sasha winning the title against Alexa and having Alexa feud with Nia non-title and Sasha feud with Bayley. And you build Sasha up as a heel against a babyface Bayley. That's the way I do it. But this is WWE's plan right now. Don't know where they're going with this. We're going to find out in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully they do the right thing. Because I'm not interested in Nia versus Alexa whatsoever. Former WWE writer says Shinsuke Nakamura might win Money in the Bank from Baron Corbin. I don't see where he comes up with this, but it's being talked about. According to the Spotlight, making way from the Gerweg report, former WWE writer Kevin Eck believes that Vince McMahon might have already changed his mind regarding Baron Corbin. Kevin Eck noted that the WWE chairman changes his mind constantly regarding decisions, title changes, and more. The former creative member added that if McMahon really changed his mind about Baron Corbin, Shinsuke Nakamura could end up getting the Money in the Bank briefcase. Kevin Eck stated this, and I quote, "Eck said that Vince constantly changes his mind. We know that for sure. We don't have to be in the business to understand that. We know that for sure. He changes his mind about wrestler call-ups, match decisions, heel turns, and title changes, even as close to 3 minutes before the wrestlers were to have their match." Eck also noted that McMahon might have already changed his mind about Baron Corbin winning Money in the Bank, and his upcoming feud with Nakamura could be over the briefcase. End quote. However, it should be noted that these are purely speculation right now, as pointed out by Kevin Eck, and almost every wrestling news outlet. Vince McMahon tends to change his plans on a regular basis. Baron Corbin has improved considerably, and he has the look of a future world champion. The only problem for him is that some fans find him boring, and he has a generic look. The only thing I don't like about Baron Corbin, and I've grown to like him more and more each week, the only thing I don't like about Baron Corbin is sometimes the way he lands after taking a move. You know? Well, the things I look for when I'm watching somebody in the ring is how they fall. That's one of the things I look for. How they take a bump. Baron Corbin can't take a bump correctly. Now, I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if you guys noticed that at all. But when he takes like an RKO, he takes it like Kane used to do. You know? Awful. He's got that big man, taking a bump like a big man, feel. Flat on your back. Take a fucking bump. Don't be afraid to take a bump. You're in there to be physical. Don't be afraid to take a bump. All right? Baron Corbin's promos have gotten a little bit better. The way he carries himself has gotten a little bit better. His mannerisms got a little bit better. He's decent in the ring. He can get by. He's not the fucking greatest in-ring performer you're ever going to see. But right now, the main thing about me with Baron Corbin is the way he takes a bump. I don't like it. It's not impactful. That's just me. I don't know if I'm losing my mind. I don't know if it's too fucking hot in here. Let me know what you guys think about that. Am I the only one who sees that? Let me know. On the other hand, Shinsuke Nakamura is a unique character, and WWE seems to be protecting him ever since making his main roster debut 2 days after WrestleMania 33. Protecting Nakamura has kind of gone away from being a priority on WWE television. Glad they didn't feature him this week. I don't understand how you're protecting Nakamura when you're putting him in matches with Dolph Ziggler for 18 minutes, having Ziggler get near fall after near fall after near fall on Nakamura, teasing a victory over Nakamura when Nakamura was kicking people's heads off in NXT. The only person that he ran into that had a problem was Samoa Joe. And that's the type of guy you're supposed to have a problem with. Other than that, Nakamura never really went the distance with anybody else. He didn't fight TJ Perkins and fucking, be beaten down for 20 minutes. Enough of this shit. Nakamura should be on the up and up. He should be physical. He should be fucking beating these guys easily. He should not be losing to Dolph Ziggler or, giving Dolph Ziggler the control through most of the match. Kind of shit. That's not building up Nakamura at all. How was that building Nakamura up? And then they tweaked his entrance, and then they changed his entrance, right? They're giving him the microphone more and more every week. I don't want to hear Nakamura talk. I don't want to have a backstage promo with Nakamura. He doesn't need to do that. He speaks through his charisma. That's what they understood in NXT. Apparently, they don't understand that on SmackDown Live. They're treating him like everybody else on that roster. Boring. Generic. He's on the main roster. We got to treat him like everybody else. No. He does not need to be featured 4 weeks out of the month. 2 is enough. He doesn't need to be, showcased at the 8:30 hour on SmackDown Live. No. If you're going to feature Nakamura on SmackDown Live, Nakamura should be in the main event. He is a superstar. He is a spectacle. He is a commodity on the main roster. It's not to be treated like everybody else. So I hope they understand that and get back on track, because right now, they're not on track with Nakamura. He's also going to be a future world champion, so you got to treat him as such. The WWE is expanding into Asia, and there's no better representative than Nakamura when the time is right. It also makes sense that a babyface like Nakamura will cash in and defeat the current world champion Jinder Mahal, who is a big-time heel. Nevertheless, these are just rumors and speculation of former WWE writer Kevin Eck, so take it with a grain of salt. No, Baron Corbin should be the one to do the dastardly deed and cash in on a babyface champion, which I proposed to be John Cena. You know, we even talked about maybe Sami Zayn getting a one-off title shot and beating Jinder Mahal for the title. Up-and-coming babyface, right? Pulls off the upset, beats Jinder Mahal. Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn have a standing issue right now. Baron Corbin can cash in on Sami Zayn if you don't want to do John Cena. You can put John Cena with Shinsuke Nakamura at SummerSlam. Nakamura's about to be the face of the fucking brand anyway. So there you go. Passing of the torch moment right there on SmackDown Live. If you want to do that. But Baron Corbin, the heel, should cash in on anybody. It doesn't fucking matter. It's going to get a pop regardless. Because people love the unpredictability of a cash in. Baron Corbin's going to be WWE Champion by the end of the year. No question. As long as the title ends up back in AJ Styles' hand and Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble. That's the way you got to go. Because if we don't get Styles versus Nakamura for the WWE title at WrestleMania, then you're doing it all wrong. Whatever. Just make sure you make the right decisions. Nakamura should not be featured each and every week. Treat him as a special attraction. SmackDown Live Tag Team may have been unexpectedly and suddenly released. I wonder why. Maybe they figured timeshare in Puerto Rico is more valuable than time on SmackDown Live. Wouldn't put it past them. According to Give Me Sport, the tag team formerly known as the Shining Stars may have been quietly and unexpectedly released from the WWE. While WWE has not yet announced their release, it is something that may have happened, and it all stems from a shirt appearing on Pro Wrestling Tees. A shirt that has the Puerto Rican flag on it and is designed for a wrestler named Orlando Colon. That actually happens to be the real name of Epico, who is supposed to be a member of the roster of SmackDown Live, and current WWE superstars won't usually have merchandise being sold by other companies. Making things even stranger is that the description of the shirt states, Orlando Colon is a Puerto Rican professional wrestler currently performing in WWE as Epico. Primo and Epico have gone through a number of gimmick changes with Los Matadores, the Shining Stars, and now the Colones. They recently moved to SmackDown Live from Monday Night Raw in the Superstar Shakeup back in April and haven't been seen much since. When looking at the official website of WWE, they are both still listed on the roster page, and there is no announcement of their release. The Internet Wrestling Database shows that the last match either of the superstars had was in an 8-man tag match, but they weren't together. Primo last wrestled on June 24th as he teamed with Eric Rowan and The Ascension. Epico partnered with the same team, but he did at a WWE Live event on June 26th. Their last televised appearance was on June 13th on SmackDown Live. I wouldn't put it past the Shining Stars. I wouldn't put it past Epico and Primo to okay the t-shirt to be uploaded to Pro Wrestling Tees in hopes that WWE sees it, in hopes of them being released by WWE. Because, I mean, what the fuck are they doing? What are they doing? A talented tag team. And they are a talented tag team. WWE has done nothing to get these guys over. Nothing to get these guys over as a legit threat to the tag team division. So, of course, if you're spending years and years and years in fucking Titus Catering, how much of his fucking chicken cutlet can you stand each and every Tuesday? You know? It gets boring. They want to wrestle. They figured they'd probably have a better shot on the independent scene than sitting away and wasting away on WWE television in the back. If you're in this profession, I'm sure you want to wrestle. They are not wrestling. I'm sure you're in this profession to really win championships and get your name out there and be the very best wrestler that you can be. How can you be the very best wrestler that you can be by standing in catering each and every week and having 2-minute matches against Breezango and being squashed by the New Day? That's not what I would want. For a little bit, yeah, fine. Be grateful that you're on television. But years and years and years after gimmick change, and nothing. The company clearly is not behind them. So why the fuck not? I would not doubt it that they okayed this shirt because they already have been making plans to be on the independent circuit Get the t-shirt out there. WWE seen it. We're going to release you. Probably did it on purpose. They probably did it on purpose. Because they have nothing to lose. They'll probably end up making more money on the independent circuit. And they'll probably be more successful on the independent circuit. I don't doubt that for 1 second. Has not been official yet. But right now, people are reporting that the Shining Stars could ultimately be released from the WWE. We'll see what happens. Not like you'd miss them anyway. They'd be released and you wouldn't even realize that they are gone. That's how irrelevant they are on WWE television. Finally, guys, we're going to end with this. Actually, no, I got 2 more stories. I got this Brock Lesnar story. Jumping the gun here. I apologize. Carmella. Let's talk about Carmella for a second. WWE officials are extremely high on Carmella after a huge moment on SmackDown Live. There is speculation that she will be challenging Naomi for the championship. Okay, she won the briefcase, and she won the briefcase to get more heat on her for a much bigger push over the next several months. Carmella's role will be a lot more important going forward, and WWE Universe should expect greater things from her, including a big cash-in sooner rather than later. We might see it on July 4th with Lana getting another match. There's no reason for Lana to get another match if it's not going to be a fucking cash-in. Till last week, Carmella's momentum as a heel on SmackDown Live wasn't anything special. The Princess of Staten Island has had a decent run in NXT, got over during a good feud with Nikki Bella, and has been paired with James Ellsworth. Her role in the women's division wasn't pivotal until she won the briefcase. Now, she is arguably the top female heel for SmackDown Live. Charlotte has taken a back seat. Just letting you guys know. Okay? Charlotte's a babyface. Don't know why, but she right now is the top heel on SmackDown Live, whether you want to admit that or not. If she continues to improve and impress WWE officials as a performer in the ring and on the mic, Carmella could be the next SmackDown Women's Champion. It's also being rumored that Carmella will be joining the cast of Total Divas, so her exposure to the fans will improve over the next year, and the WWE Universe will have a chance to see who Carmella is backstage in WWE. Since coming to SmackDown Live, Carmella has impressed WWE officials, and now she'll be reaping the rewards for her hard work. By the end of the summer, Carmella's stock could be much higher than it is now. Going forward, the WWE Universe should keep an eye on Carmella, not only because she is expected to get the Money in the Bank briefcase back, well, she got it back, but her current push on SmackDown Live will make her a much bigger part of the women's division, and her role is becoming more important. If she fails to cash in the briefcase, it's not expected to slow down her push. Carmella has the spotlight right now. She needs to use it, and she does have the backing of Triple H. So, Carmella's going to cash in. Carmella's going to be the women's champion. Whether you want to admit it or like it or not, Carmella's going to be the women's champion. Okay? And we might see it, like I said, as soon as Tuesday. Because there's no reason why Lana is getting another championship match. Unless WWE has something big planned to pop an unpredictability factor on a show that's not going to really do well in the ratings at all. You know? So, I don't know what else to tell you guys. She won the briefcase. She has definitely gotten better. Her promos have gotten better. They fixed that little silence in her theme song, which I actually appreciate. Goes from the entrance to the beginning to right into the main hook. You know? Because you hear nothing but fucking silence when she comes out. Ellsworth, I don't like him. He's get off my TV fucking worthy for sure. But he's done a nice job at generating heat. He's done a nice job at being a fucking goon and getting under people's skin. He's playing his role good. Gotta give the guy fucking credit. I don't like him. I don't care for him. But he's done well for Carmella so far in the last couple of weeks. You know? Carmella is going to be a big deal. And the one thing I like about watching professional wrestling is seeing somebody grow. Carmella has grown. And that's a given. Down from NXT to the main roster, she has grown a lot over the last year. She has. And if you don't see it, open your fucking eyes. Nia Jax, after Monday's performance, has grown. And I want to see more of that. Alexa Bliss, watching her from NXT on the main roster, to the great things she did on SmackDown, to the great things she did when first coming to Monday Night Raw. She's grown. You know? Naomi has grown. I like seeing that. As a fan, that is the most gratifying thing, to see these individuals, women and men, get better. You know? I hate it when people aren't used to their full potential. I want people to get an opportunity because it's always fun seeing a new star being developed. Carmella is the new star. She's going to be a new star. She's going to cash in. She's going to be the women's champion, and it's going to get her a lot of heat. You know? People are telling me, JD, when she won the briefcase on SmackDown and she held the briefcase on top of the ladder, it was silence. I don't know what the fuck you guys were listening to. You know? People were just disappointed because she won it again. That disappointment was shock. That shock is going to turn into massive heat in the weeks to come. It's all a stage. It's all a journey. Don't put her down yet. When she wins the title, that's going to be the epitome of her heat. It's going to be exciting to see. I could definitely see a cash in on Tuesday, if not soon. Because I could see them having Naomi chase. And it's going to be very interesting to see. Give Carmella a shot. I'm telling you. Just like I told you, give NXT time to develop. NXT is going to get back to the glory days that we seen a couple years ago. Look at the fucking roster they're putting together. Give Carmella time. She will get better, and you will enjoy her act. Believe me. And finally, guys, to end this off the script, 176, part number 2, major news on Brock Lesnar pushing to extend the feud with Samoa Joe beyond Great Balls of Fire. It's being reported that Brock Lesnar knows when there is a big money match and extending a rivalry. He has no issue putting someone over, like he did with Bill Goldberg last year, to make the angle as huge as it could be. There is a lot of speculation that Samoa Joe may get the win over Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. That would be probably even more shocking than anything I've seen in recent WWE memory. That's just coming from me. It's been rumored for several weeks now that Braun Strowman or Roman Reigns would face Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam. However, WWE officials are seriously reconsidering their plans for Joe versus Lesnar to be one and done. If the powers that be still move forward with Lesnar versus Strowman or Reigns, it's likely that another match between Joe and Lesnar will happen at a later date. Samoa Joe has elevated his position on WWE television no matter what the result is at Great Balls of Fire next weekend. He challenged Lesnar and has been a great foil to the Beast Incarnate. Very few stars have been able to do that over the past few years. WWE officials are going to ensure Joe has a huge match at SummerSlam, even if he is taken out of the Universal title picture. And if it's Lesnar versus Reigns that is being reported right now, Joe versus Strowman is probably the biggest match that Joe could have at SummerSlam. It's depending on what WWE does with this. It's a very interesting development. Now, I thought that WWE was definitely going to go with Strowman versus Lesnar. Being that it's an ambulance match, Reigns doesn't have to take a pinfall. All he has to do is be thrown into an ambulance, and Strowman could be on his way to SummerSlam. We get Lesnar versus Strowman, fresh matchup, something new, something that's never been done, and Joe could have a top-tier match with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I also heard the other plans of Reigns versus Lesnar, which will fast-track Reigns winning the title, and then going on to WrestleMania and fighting John Cena at WrestleMania, being that John Cena is a free agent. That would free up Strowman versus Joe, if WWE wants to go that route. You can make that into a marquee match, #1 contendership, and then you can have Joe or Strowman get back into the title picture that way. It's a very, very sticky situation. You know, you look at it in WWE, we can't go wrong because we're going to get fresh matchups either way. And I'd rather WWE fast-track Reigns versus Lesnar now and get the title on Reigns now instead of waiting and prolonging us and just having us go through the motions of something that we know is inevitable already. But if Joe is going to win the title, that's going to automatically remove Strowman and Reigns from the title picture, and it's just something that WWE didn't expect to happen. And WWE, foolishly, should have expected this to happen. They didn't expect it like a bunch of fucking idiots. This is one of the most legit matches that you can get. And instead of giving us hokey fucking comedy and bullshit on Monday Night Raw, just the first dose of realism and legit fucking big fight feel on this show, and look at what it's transformed into. You already got Brock Lesnar saying he wants to extend this thing with Samoa Joe. Why do you think he wants to extend it with Samoa Joe? Because he knows how legit Joe is. He knows that Joe has worked his fucking life to get to this point, and he sees value in Samoa Joe. Instead of building up the same old boring shit, Lesnar is himself pushing for this fucking thing to be extended. He knows how serious this thing could be. He knows how great this thing could be. So why not? You know? I say go for it. And Lesnar, being that he's making all this types of money, he's the one pitching this shit. How do you think that comes off? He's making the money and he's doing the job of a top-tier fucking superstar to make sure the guys below him are going to get over. You have to respect that. If he is pushing for that, you have to respect it. Now, WWE officials have a tough decision to make here because SummerSlam will have a lot of influence on the card for WrestleMania next year. Certainly if we get Reigns versus Lesnar, obviously it's going to have a lot of influence on WrestleMania. The match will also have a lot of impact on Samoa Joe's heel run. If he is given the win, he will become the WWE Universal Champion and likely face Roman Reigns instead of Brock Lesnar. The powers that be have a big decision to make over the next week regarding the future of WWE programming. I would love Samoa Joe to win the title. I think the title needs to be on Monday Night Raw. And in this case, you have to look at it like this. Strowman was hurt. Strowman had to have time off for injury. You're not gonna place the blame on Joe for that. You know, shit happens. Strowman was going to be set as the one to challenge Brock Lesnar at this pay-per-view instead of Samoa Joe. Plans changed. Injuries happened. Now you have to take a step back, and somebody else took the ball and ran with it. Now you have to work your way back, you know? All because you had an injury and you come back better than ever, that doesn't mean you're automatically going to get the top spot that you had before the injury. No. This is a competitive environment. Injuries happened, someone moved in to take your place, and now you have to wait back in line again. You know? It's like you waiting at line at the fucking bank, right? You know, you're waiting in line and the fucking teller's taking forever and your phone rings and you want privacy for the phone call. You step outside and take the phone call and you're out there for 20 minutes. You're not going to jump back in line and get the same spot that you had before the phone rang. No, you got to get to the back of the fucking line. Same situation. Braun Strowman's got to get in the back of the line. His world title run, possibly, his run at the championship, his shot at the championship has now taken a step back. Joe is in that position, and you got to give it to the hot hand. And the hot hand right now is Samoa Joe. Doesn't mean Braun Strowman's time is not going to come. He's eventually going to get to the front of the line. He's eventually going to get to that teller and fucking do what he's got to do, deposit a check, withdraw some money. He's going to be there. He's going to be at the front of the line. But right now, you got to wait. Joe is at the front of the line. And if giving Joe the Universal Championship is the right thing, then you got to book your plans accordingly and give Joe the title and book everything else behind Joe accordingly. Simple as that. You know? You can do something with Lesnar. You can do something with Lesnar and Strowman. You can do something with Lesnar and Reigns. Or because Lesnar loses the title doesn't mean he's going to be out of the Universal title picture. You got this guy under contract till WrestleMania next year. You know, there's rumors going around that they want to give him more dates. So use him. He's on house shows. They're using him and his star power to build house show dates and house show attendance. Fighting Braun Strowman at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. They're using him. So you got to use what you got. But if the title is going to Joe, or a possibility of the title going to Joe, then book it and book everything else accordingly behind that. Don't stall your plans. Don't give Joe, you know, the shorthand here. Don't give him the short straw. All because he wasn't in your original plans. Joe wasn't in your original plans, but he's proving to you that he belongs in your plans. He belongs in your future plans. And if that is getting 7 million eyes on a YouTube video, and people are invested in this on Monday Night Raw, then go with the hot hand. And if Lesnar is adding to that and saying he wants the feud to be extended, he wants to work with Joe, and all the way up to the top to him wanting to give Joe the title and a rub like he gave Goldberg, why wouldn't he want to give Joe the rub like he gave Goldberg? You know? Joe is younger. Joe is hungry. Joe is full-time. If Lesnar sees this, are you going to deny Lesnar what he wants to do? If Lesnar is in this and sees big money, and Paul Heyman sees big money, then go with it. Lesnar knows what a big fight is supposed to feel like. He's a big fighter. Paul Heyman sees talent. He knows what's big. He knows what is right. Heyman is one of the best minds in this business, on top of being one of the best talkers. If you have those two guys giving their blessing to Joe, then WWE should really take that into consideration. And everything else that there was, you know, originally planned, you know, move it down and go with the hot hand. Joe is the way right now. And if you're not going to do it, then Joe already made himself into a main event player without even touching the title. And that alone is a victory in itself. But don't shorthand this guy because he's not in your original plans. If Lesnar wants to extend this, then fucking extend it. I'm sure we'll all have a fucking beautiful feud at the end of this thing, and it's something that we can really look back on as being one of the positives in an overall shit year for WWE in 2017. And that's off the script. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you for being here for part 2. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below. Let's aim for 1,200 likes on part 2 on this Saturday. If you guys are coming to House of Glory tonight, make sure you guys get your tickets. HOGWrestling.net. Make sure you guys come up and say hello. I will be at the Elks Lodge in Queensboro, New York, doing commentary with Matthew Ryan Shapiro. Big night, and I'll see you guys over there if you're going to make your way to the show. Follow me on Twitter, @JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below with the bell for your notification, and turn on all notifications, please. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. AudibleTrial.com/OffTheScript for all new listeners who want a free audiobook just for listening today. AudibleTrial.com/OffTheScript and BarberShopWindow.com/OffTheScript for all your Off the Script merchandise. I am JD. Make it a great Saturday, and I will see you guys on Sunday morning with more news and rumors right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later, and I'll see you guys tonight for House of Glory.